was revised to 63,419,736,259 naira. That represented a 30.7% reduction of 8,980,000,000 naira. It was earmarked for COVID-19 interventions in the 2020 revised recurrent expenditure. The capital expenditure in the 2020 budget was 106,283,584,680 naira, while the revised capital expenditure budget was reviewed downwards to 44,966,099,871. Also, as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, a provision of 6,379,828,253 naira is made for its mitigation in the 2020 revised capital expenditure. Sectorial capital expenditure, the economic sector. A 2020 approved capital expenditure for economic sector stood at 63,576,043,808 naira, while the revised capital budget on the same sector was 20,555,468,871 naira, representing 67.7% reduction. Also, a provision of 2,186,094,528 naira was made for COVID-19 interventions in the economic sector of the revised budget. Social services sector. The 2020 approved capital expenditure for social services sector was 21,138,598,734 naira, but was reviewed downwards to 7,190,211,793 naira, representing 66% decrease. Equally, provision of 3,043,134,650 naira was made for COVID-19 interventions in the social services sector, general administration sector. The approved 2020 capital expenditure for general admin sector was 17,421,907,270 naira, but it was also reviewed downwards to 12,971,619,207 naira, representing 25.5% of the capital budget size on general admin sector. A provision of 1,150,599,075 naira was made available for COVID-19 pandemic in the general admin sector of the budget. Government transfers. The sum of 4,146,034,868 naira was approved for government transfers in 2020 approved capital budget, but was reviewed upward to 4,248,800,000, representing 2.5% increase in the total provision of government transfers. Summarily, the revised 2020 capital expenditure is 44,966,099,871 naira, which represents 41% of the revised budget size. On the whole, the 2020 revised budget came to a total of 108,385,836,130 naira. Achievements. Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the House, I'm most delighted to inform you that in less than a year of our administration, we've recorded laudable achievements. Permit me, therefore, to list a few of these achievements before unveiling the 2021 budget proposals. Our achievements include, number one, in the area of roads, massive construction of roads in the urban and the rural areas in the three senatorial districts of Imo State, particularly the Owerri metropolis, which stands as a gateway to Imo State. We were able to reduce the traffic congestion by immediately fixing and completing Aladema Ring roads, the ring road behind Concord Hotels, dualized Douglas Road, Opera Noze roads, and the Dead Street roads, MCC's Relief Market roads. These roads were immediately embarked on, started and completed, and has since been commissioned. Roads under construction includes the World Bank to Umuguma Road, Chukwumawaha Road, MCC Orata Road, St. Mary Catholic Church Road, Okigwe, Mwidi, Olu Road, Port Harcourt Road, Ezias Road, Umuna Olu Road, Roundabout, World Bank, Federal Secretariat Road, Mbono GK Street, Owerri, Awoma to Okodo Road, and some other roads that are still under construction. Other roads that are also under construction includes the ongoing construction of Owerri, Okigwe, and Owerri Olu roads by one of the construction global giants, Krembo. And the construction of these roads are ongoing. And then we commissioned the traffic studies in Owerri. Mr. Speaker, if you recall, of late, there has been a lot of traffic congestion in Owerri town. We commissioned a traffic study which revealed that there are so many roundabouts inside Owerri, and that has not allowed for free flow of traffic. To that extent, we commissioned what we call junction improvement project to remove and reduce the size and number of roundabouts within Owerri metropolis. This project has been flagged off and work have started in earnest. Restoration of public water supply and sanitation programs. The rehabilitation of Otamari Water Works, Owerri, which is ongoing. The reactivation and rehabilitation of the water schemes at Olu and Okigwe. These water schemes hold great promise of rejuvenating the economy through job creation and good sanitation for healthy living. Reactivation of Adapam. Mr. Speaker, Adapam, which has been led west for over 10 years, is now back on stream, producing over 100 metric tons of first-grade palm oil every day. Number 4, renovation and remodeling of Governor's Office. The Governor's Lodge has been remodeled and renovated, making it a modern residence for the seat of power in the state, which Imo people are proud of. Other buildings in Government House has also been reconstructed and renovated, including the Governor's Office. Renovation, the roofing of 10 number blocks at the State Secretariat Complex. The leaking, dilapidated 10 blocks housing the State Secretariat where our civil servants works has been re-roofed and renovated. Purchase of brand new cars for government functionaries. Brand new cars were purchased for judges in the state, commissioners, and all government appointees and permanent secretaries. Equally, 30 brand new coastal buses were purchased to provide free transportation for civil servants. Revival of the state newspaper. Within the first 100 days in office, the administration revived the state newspaper called The Statesman. The Statesman newspaper, from non-existence position we met it, has become since that time a daily newspaper without any interruption, both in production, circulation, and marketing. The positioning of Imo Broadcasting Service, IBC, the state radio and television station, almost became abandoned. The Imo Broadcasting Corporation is being repositioned for now for more efficient and professional service delivery. Regular liaison with stakeholders. In accord with my administration's policy of running an open, transparent, and accountable government, I've held 2 stakeholders meetings where government policies were openly discussed, read and inputs made by stakeholders. Launching of Operation Search and Flush. At the heat of kidnapping, armed robbery, all sorts of violent crimes, we launched our security outfit, Operation Search and Flush. with over 120 patrol vans provided for a combined team of security operatives for effective security surveillance in the state. This has greatly helped in combating crime in Imo State. Containing the spread of coronavirus, through proactive measures, we were able to effectively contain the spread of coronavirus COVID-19 in the state. To the glory of God, Imo State is one of the least affected by the pandemic. Attraction of a private sector investment in the oil and gas sector. Mr. Speaker, our administration has been able to finalize and attract the two major private sector investments to the state, namely an integrated gas project by Seplat and the modern refinery by Watersmith. The two investments will not only bring with them abundant employment opportunities, but also promises to transmute Imo State from an agrarian economy to an emerging industrial economy. Online publication of our revised budget. We made history by the online publication of the revised 2020 budget, which has been deployed both in English and in Igbo languages, making it the people's budget. We also published the first, second, and third quarter 2020 report of budget performance. Mr. Speaker, this singular effort was one of the reasons why Imo State, for the first time, has won the SEFTAS award of $5 million, which has also been credited to our single treasury account. Internally, revenue generation. In spite of the ravaging efforts of COVID-19 pandemic, we were able to record an appreciable increase in internal revenue generation. We equally modernized the Imo State Internal Revenue Service for maximum efficiency. The sum of 11,586,636,000 naira, 36,095 naira was realized as internally generated revenue from January when I came in to September 30th, 2020. The generation of October, November, and by the grace of God, December is not included. Youth empowerment. We've trained over 15,000 youths and women in different skill acquisition programs and earmarked another 30,000 for the coming year. The provision of a mobile clinic. When we came in by January, we had the primary health care was in comatose. And as an improvised arrangement, we procured 10 mobile clinics. While efforts are in top gear to revive our collapsed primary health care delivery in the state, we provided these 10 mobile clinics regularly, patrolling our rural communities to take health care delivery to the poor and vulnerable. We are committed to primary health care delivery, secondary hospital provision, and tertiary health services. Consequently, we've strengthened the primary health care agency. And we have also encouraged and flagged off the primary health insurance program and scheme, working on the reactivation of Imo State University Teaching Hospital. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Member of the House, I must tell you that Imo State University Teaching Hospital is in a sorry state. We are doing our best to clean up that hospital and make it a tertiary hospital that is supposed to be. Going by what we saw, the payroll fraud there is very monumental and high. The unethical practices, the place is almost a death trap. The mortuary is the only place that is fully occupied. Every other department of that hospital is vacant. So we are doing our best and we borrow courage from God to clean up that hospital and make it what Imo State people will be proud of. Ongoing construction of modern international market. In place of the demolished Ekuku market, we are constructing an international market with close to 2,000 stores. The market is designed to be a modern international market of world-class standard and will be completed within the next 18 months. The 2021 budget proposal, Mr. Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, the leadership of the House, honorable members, having highlighted some of the achievements of our government during the period under review, it is my pleasure, therefore, to present to you the 2021 budget appropriation, third budget of wealth creation. The policy highlights of 2021 budget. The 2021 budget proposal is in line with the major policy thrust of my administration, which focuses on the 3R mantra under the Imo Shared Prosperity Agenda. The objective of the 2021 budget, which contains government, political, economic and social development programs, policies and strategies, is to satisfy the desires of all the good people of Imo State, promote sustainable economic development, and promote prosperity. It is aimed at putting the well-being of the citizenry at the center of governance through massive reconstruction of our dilapidated infrastructure, improving the ease of doing business, ensuring sustainable economic growth, as well as to further encapsulate our vision of a new Imo State predicated on freedom, security, and shared prosperity, wedded into good governance. The mission will be pursued and realized through the following strategies. Number one, participatory governance through open budget process. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, number two, human capital development agenda in the areas of education, health services, improved technology, and infrastructural development. Number three, growing the private sector and encouraging public-private partnership, PPP, and also build, operate, and transfer. Efficient service delivery, grassroots development and exploitation of our natural resources, improved security for Imo citizens, job creation, and massive economic growth, increased internally generated revenue, IGR, increased agricultural production, agro-based industries, and to improved productivity. Basic assumptions of the 2021 budget proposal. A microeconomic environment. The 2021 budget is based on the following assumptions. Federal government's medium-term expenditure framework, Anthem, and fiscal strategy paper, FSP. Federal government of Nigeria's adoption of an oil price benchmark of $40 per barrel daily production, estimate of 1.86 million barrels per day, and an exchange rate of 379 naira to a dollar for the year 2021. National growth of 3% in 2021, driven largely by non-oil output, as an economic diversification accelerates and the enabling business environment improves. The revenue. Our proposal comes in form of both revenue as a subhead and the expenditure also as a subhead. The 2021 budget has a total budgeted recurrent revenue of 136 billion 80,551,348 naira. The sum of 14 billion 120 million 82,285 naira is budgeted as personnel cost, which represents 16% of the total recurrent expenditure budget. An increase in personnel cost is anticipated to accommodate the payment of the new minimum wage to workers. Let me once more assure Imo workers of the readiness of my administration to begin to pay new minimum wage by the year ending 2021, starting from 2021 January. Following the global economic meltdown, which significantly contributed to the fall in the prices of crude oil, which is our major source of revenue, coupled with the negative effects of the coronavirus pandemic, which has crippling effects on global, regional, national, and state economies. Governments all over the world have to adopt strategies towards increasing physical wastages, as well as ensuring prudent utilization of scarce resources. The above measures will enable the state government execute its proposed programs and projects in the 2021 budget, pay workers' salaries, pensions, and gratuities, and run other activities of government. I'm therefore using this opportunity to also ask civil servants in Imo State, whether you are the legislature, at the judiciary, or executive, if you are part of the payroll fraud, if you are involved with multiple payment of or receipt of salaries, please better change heart and withdraw. The reason is very simple. From 2021, all those involved in receiving multiple salaries, in padding their salaries in collusion with the accounts department will be identified and charged to court. The sum of 113,338,198,348 naira is provided in the budget as consolidated revenue fund charges. Summary of the 2021 budget. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, after a careful assessment of the present economic situation in the country and the prevailing macroeconomic indices, I hereby present to you a total proposed 2021 budget proposal of 346,169,972,085 kobo. The budget is appropriately captioned budget of wealth creation. I have also done a comparative analysis of the performance of 2020 budget and the projections of 2021 budget as basis for interrogating the budget. However, I must confess that what we have done is we try to come from irreducible minima, hoping that if there is any improvement on our income and revenue generation, we will come in with a supplementary budget. But we wanted to present to the House a budget we think that will be alive and that is implementable. The capital expenditure in comparison with 2020 approved budget is also attached as in the budget for a guide and way of getting the proper information. We have also created all the revenue subheads. We outlined all the revenue subheads and we have placed it as an attachment. And also I want to use this medium to inform the House, Mr. Speaker, that we are operating a treasury single account in Imo State, where all revenues of the state coming from all the subheads must go into one treasury single account for proper administration. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I will not conclude this address without putting on record the uncommon commitment honorable members of this House have always demonstrated in ensuring synergy in government and to smooth governance in the state. Therefore, not once have you failed to promptly discharge your legislative duties to the people of Imo State. I must confess and confirm to you that I'm sincerely and proudly very proud of you. I'm truly proud of you. I anticipate that in your usual dogged commitment to the welfare of Imo people, the 2021 budget of wealth creation will receive accelerated consideration and passage. On our part, I assure you that we shall continue to strive relentlessly to enthrone good governance by providing regular dividends of democracy to our people, the present economic challenges notwithstanding, and by remaining open and accountable to the people. On this note, may I now present to you, Mr. Speaker, the honorable members of the Imo State House of Assembly, the proposed 2021 budget, revenue and the expenditure estimates for your consideration and passage. Let me also use this opportunity to acknowledge and deeply appreciate the unflinching support that Imo leaders have given to my administration so far. I assure you that, as always, I will never leave you in the dark on whatever we are doing. My profound gratitude also goes to the state leadership of my great party, the All Progressive Congress, for their dogged support to my administration. I want to assure you that I will never let you down. Together we shall make Imo people proud. The recent abduction of secondary school students from Katsina calls for serious concern. I share in the sorrow of the parents and guidance of the affected students It is reassuring that our able President, President Muhammad Buhari, is on top of the situation. I'm confident that the boys will be rescued in no distant time. As part of our usual concern for the welfare of our people and in the spirit of the season, I'm glad to announce that the government will also do our best to make Imo State safe for those coming home for Christmas and also do a robust welfare package to stimulate the social environment of our people. In that regard, we will be discussing with the leadership of the House in the closed session when the time comes. May God bless all of us. Thank you very much, and I wish you well. Thank you.
You are highly commendable, Your Excellency.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I wish to report that His Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, has presented and properly laid upon the table of this esteemed House the 2021 draft budget estimates as contained in the appropriation bill. And this House of Assembly Bill number 175 is deemed to have been read the first time.
The 2021 budget of the Imo State government, totally and completely presented to the Imo State House of Assembly, a budget of 346,169,972,085 naira, presented today to the Imo State House of Assembly by the Governor of Imo State, Governor Hope Uzodimma. The budget, tagged Budget of Wealth Creation, from the presentation of the governor, is targeted at ensuring grassroots development, improving security in the state, and of course is also geared towards achieving growth of the private sector, among other factors.
Comments from honorable members.
Honorable members, now is the time for you to make your comments briefly. His Excellency has some other engagements, so please make it as brief as we can. Uju?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and my distinguished colleagues. My name is Right Honorable Ambassador Mrs. Uju Onwudiwe, member representing the good people of Njaba State constituency. Mr. Speaker, I will first of all commend you for your good work to make Imo State better, for your good work to put harmony in Imo State House of Assembly, for your fatherly role. I would like to commend our Executive Governor, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, for this passionate budget presented to Imo State House of Assembly today. On behalf of Njaba State constituency, which I represent, I can tell distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma that Njaba is happy. Njaba is glad. Njaba believes that he is a blessing and a gift to Imo State, that he has come to save Imo State. The hope that Imo State have been praying for is right here in Imo State, and we are happy. This budget have shown that you are passionate to take Imo State from where it is to the next level. This budget have shown that you are passionate for the masses, for the average people, and not for the elite. Any budget, any governor that dwells on SME is already to revive the economy of the state. This is a wonderful budget, and I know that Imo State House of Assembly, all the members here, are so passionate to make sure that you succeed for Imo State to be happy. And on behalf of Imo Njaba, I will tell you that we will do everything possible to make sure we bring a budget that Imo State will be happy, a budget that is implementable, a budget that Imo State will be happy, that we have a governor that are ready to think that everybody is involved in Imo State. So I commend you for the good work we have been doing, in which Njaba have benefited in, both the roads and other facilities. There's no need anybody that will want to serve Imo State will not think about restructuring and recovering. Anytime we keep on building, we build and we allow our infrastructure development to decay. But you have showcased now that your government is continuing, and you are ready to make sure that all the facilities of Imo State will be taken care of. All the activities of Imo State, that you are not going to keep anyone under the carpet. And that's what the governor we're looking for. You are a capacity governor. We are a governor that Imo State wants to be. And we know that we'll do everything to support you. So Njaba is in support of your good governance, and we'll do everything to make sure that you succeed. Thank you so much, Mr. Speaker.
Right Honorable Speaker, Imo State House of Assembly, honorable colleagues. My name is Right Honorable Barrister Kennedy Ibe. I represent Obo State Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I wish to thank you so very much for the opportunity to contribute on this very special event of the laying of Budget 2021 by His Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. I seek to rely on protocols already established, and I will very much welcome the entourage of His Excellency, and the Deputy Governor of Imo State is also here, and of course the commissioners led by the Commissioner for Budget and Planning. Mr. Speaker, I know there is a caveat that we do not spend more than 2 minutes in making our contributions. And Mr. Speaker, also, there's a caveat that we should not throw so much eulogies on His Excellency, the Governor. But you see, Mr. Speaker, with the document we have as presented by His Excellency, it is important that I seize only a few seconds of the 2 minutes to commend His Excellency for demonstrating preparedness and resilience to move Imo State from where he met it to where he wants it to be under his 3R mantra. Your Excellency, thank you. Let me also put on record that only yesterday, Igbo people erupted in jubilation for His Excellency's very gracious sustenance of the only jam center that is in Okigwe zone, that is domiciled in Obo local government. Your Excellency, thank you. Having made this very necessary background, it is important that I also commend His Excellency for satisfying this constitutional mandate on him. It has become a ritual that governors from time to time annually present budgets. But you see, His Excellency has not only presented a budget in satisfaction of constitutional ritual, but he has done this so painstakingly, looking at all necessary economic indices that will move Imo State from where he met it to where he wants Imo to be. Your Excellency, as members of the House of Assembly, we have painstakingly listened to you present this budget. We are confident, given what we have seen in the few months we have manned the seat of government of Imo State as governor of this state. We have demonstrated preparedness, zeal, and very uncommon passion to move Imo State forward practically. Therefore, Your Excellency, I'm minded to say that we are ready to partner with you. As parliamentarians, our readiness is already provided for under the Constitution, under Section 128 and 129 of the Constitution. Our oversight responsibility is for us, Your Excellency, to assist you to chaperone your policy directives and programs to bat. Your Excellency, therefore, we want to assure you that as members of this Parliament, we shall do all within our powers to ensure that you do not fail and that Imo does not lose course. But let me say before I take a bow, Mr. Speaker, that it has followed a norm, a tradition, that budgets come and go. And most times, the very sacred desire of the parliamentarian who wants to show his constituents that he has brought one thing, attracted the other to his constituency in the course of service, has not been able to be delivered. And this is because most times the governors and governments only pay lip service to what we call constituency projects. But it is heartwarming that His Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma, in demonstration of the truth that he is a parliamentarian of the highest echelon, has given us the opportunity to introduce our constituency projects in this particular 2021 appropriation bill. And we are confident that we may not be passing this expeditiously just for this purpose, but it is one of those reasons why we would ensure that this budget gets accelerated passage. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, Your Excellency, our Governor, I wish to thank you enormously for finding time amidst your very busy schedule to come deliver this very sacred constitutional assignment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues. Thank you.
Please let me use this little opportunity to also recognize the presence of Honorable Pat Ekeji, former minority leader of this House, His Excellency Eze Maduma, the former Deputy Governor of Imo State. The head of service is also here present. I also want to welcome Honorable Declan Amalumba, former member of the House and presently the Commissioner for Information. I also want to please recognize, in particular, the presence of your Royal Highnesses who are present here. You're welcome. Emeka Nduka.
Right, Honorable Speaker, members of this great Ninth Assembly, I am Anthony Emeka Nduka. I represent the good people of Ehime-Mbano State Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I want to thank the Governor for this all-inclusive budget proposal. In his address on the 2021 budget proposal, he captured the season we are into. And when I was going through the address, Mr. Speaker, I realized that if we pass this appropriation bill into law, I am optimistic that it will capture the interest, it will do justice to the interest and development of this our dear state, Imo State. So, Mr. Speaker, the people of Ehime-Mbano are fully in support of this appropriation bill, and I ask that we give it accelerated hearing and a speedy passage. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Edwina.
Chief Whip, I represent Abombise State Constituency. Today is a new dawn. Here today we have received Budget 2021, third budget of wealth creation.
You have 10 minutes.
And we are in government of shared prosperity. since this government of shared prosperity came alive, the lives of Imolites have turned to better. There are smiles on our faces every Imolite. Things are changing for the better. Massive development, rural development, construction going on here and there. Above all, there is peace. Peace, peace, and peace. Now, in the budget speech of His Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, when he was making his speech, the highlights of the budget here that caught my attention are massive rural development captured here, increase in agricultural production. Now, the monoproduct Nigeria gets her revenue from oil, the price has dropped. We need to look outside the box, think out of the box. And I am chairman of the House Committee on IGR. I'm at all times glad in how the IGR of the state will be increased. Here we have solution. The governor has strategically captured in this budget estimate what we need to do to increase up the state's internally generated revenue. Again, growing the private sector is very well captured in this budget. In fact, this is indeed budget of wealth creation. However, the budget estimates, we have to sit down and look at it. Your Excellency will do justice to this document and will surely pass the budget when we must have done the nitty-gritty expected of us as legislators. Finally, on behalf of Abombise, the good people of Abombise, I'm commending you, Your Excellency, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, to please continue with your good works in Imo State. Abombise people are happy with you. Imo State people are happy with you. God is happy with you. Your tenure has brought happiness, hope, and peace to Imo State. And one with God is with majority. Just the other day, people of Owerri Zone gave you a grand reception, and the first adopted you as a son of Owerri Zone. That goes to show that Ndi Owerri, Ugenazo, Ugenihu, and God is with you. You are giving us, we will also give you when the time comes. But for now, we are Owerri Zone, are 100% with you. That is take-home message. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to talk.
Thank you very much. Obina.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Prince Obina Okwara is my name. I represent Nkwe State constituency. Mr. Speaker, the budget the governor brought for us to look into it is worthy of commendation. Your Excellency, you will always say that you have always been looking for an opportunity to give Imo your best. that you must not fail for any reason. Looking at this budget, I think I will be an apostle now to say I am sure, I'm convinced that if we can implement this budget 70%, your name will be written in something more than gold for Imolites. Do not be deterred. The content of the budget is rich. It is painstakingly done. I will not only commend you, I think you chose a better hand in your Commissioner for Budget and Economic Planning. He is also worthy of commendation. But Honorable Commissioner, our eyes will be on you because this is a Bible for us now. We would want to achieve this. So we'll leave the governor and we'll be on you. Because once this is gotten, the governor can go to bed. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to talk. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Stainless.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity.
Please, 2 minutes.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor, and every other, and your entourage, my distinguished colleagues. May I, for the first time, my name is Ekene Efun Madubele. I represent Osun State Constituency. May I, for the first time, appreciate the Clerk of the House, the Engineer of 9th Assembly, the woman who has been working tirelessly to ensure that the business of the day is carried out appropriately. Madam Clerk, well done. Your Excellency, I was actually expecting a budget of over 500 billion because I believe in your capacity. I know you are a magic man. It is important for Imo State to note that some days back that you sealed a deal of over $50 billion to dredge Uguta Lake or Haji Ebema to ensure that Imo look like Lagos. And in no distant time, we should start enjoying those things that Lagos State is enjoying. Your Excellency, we commend you. Your Excellency, I'm not particular on what you do now. I am sure that you will implement this to the letter. Your Excellency, my interest is who succeed you with this big shoe. The size of your shoe is looking like oversized now. Your Excellency, the Imolites should understand that you are like a television station that have part 1, part 2 to part 10. And you are just in part 1 and everything is getting better. Before you get to part 3, Imo State will be like the Western world. Your Excellency, I want to commend this budget. You and your team have painstakingly looked into this budget. The hope I know wouldn't have presented this budget if you have not gone through it. I don't believe we just took this budget from the Commissioner for Budget and Appropriation to present here. Ordinarily, if it is in my purview or in my strength, I would have asked the Speaker in the State House of Assembly and distinguished colleagues to pass this budget here and now. Because this is true, Your Excellency. I will also want Imo State people to give you the necessary support because Osun State constituency, which fall under your federal constituency, Your Excellency is really working day and night, also praying to ensure that you succeed. Your Excellency, distinguished colleagues, we all may recall, since January you came on board. I understand you have rewarded loyalty. Those who have come with you, those who have gone a long way with you. But in implementation of this budget, Your Excellency, I know you have rewarded loyalty all this long, from January 15th to date. But I understand that from January 15, 2020, I understand you will start rewarding performance, because I know you are actually a man with vision. And I'm digressing small, Your Excellency. Those who will look like overweight to ensure that this budget is not properly implemented, I think those weights should be shared. That for Excellency to be more free, to ensure that this budget is captured, because your vision, Your Excellency, is too wide and is too vast. Your Excellency, I want to commend this. I want to commend the leadership of the House. If I am permitted, I will...
Calm down. Run off, please.
Thank you, distinguished. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. If I am permitted, I would like the House to also give or pass a vote of confidence to His Excellency and also the leadership of the House, ably led by Right Honorable Paul Emezium and his deputy, Right Honorable Amarachi Iweyawo. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, let us be strict with 3 minutes. The majority leader, Uche Obuagu.
Right Honorable Speaker, Imo House of Assembly, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Uche Obuagu. I represent Ikedu State Constituency. Primarily, I'm also the majority leader of the House. Mr. Speaker, I want to rely on the beautifully laid protocol. I'm standing not just as a majority leader, but also as a chairman, House Committee on Budget and Appropriations. And so, Mr. Speaker, having perused this, I see that my job has been done to a very large extent. And so, Mr. Speaker, I want to seek your leave to commend the governor and his economic team. I've cited the Commissioner for Budget. Mr. Speaker, coming also from the media background, I want to recognize especially the man who revived Imo newspapers and IBC, Dr. Declan Emelumba. Doctor, because you were able to revive that particular aspect. Thank you. Your Excellency, you're welcome. This is a day to remember in Imo. History is being made. The name of the budget of wealth creation, is very straight, very explicit. Your Excellency, I pray that God will imbue you with all you need to actualize this. Your Excellency, I have no doubt in my mind that you are for good. The massive quality road reconstruction across Imo State is enough. And that particular one has allusion with your name. Your name is Uzodimma. And you are minded, committed in ensuring that Imo roads will come back the way they should be as model roads. Your Excellency, we want to thank you. Your Excellency, Imo House of Assembly, as a legislature, we love you. And I want to promise you that whatever we need to do to make sure that in no distant time we'll do the needful to this working document, we will do. I want to assure you of that. Your Excellency, you know the first part of the Bible is Genesis. And in my calendar, the first part, the first month there is January. I want to remind you, sir, that you came in January. You came at the right time. The whole world is watching. And we know that by this time next year, we'll have a whole lot to thank God for. Thank you very much, sir. And I want to assure you that Imo House of Assembly is for you. Your Excellency, you know, with this, when actualized, those of them who are yet to join us will join. Your Excellency, from the body languages of some of them, I can prophesy. Your Excellency, when a Sabbatarian names his child Sunday, he's about to leave the church. Be rest assured, more people are coming. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Please, I want to make an announcement. After this session, all guests are to be hosted at the Speaker's Lodge, please, immediately after the session. All the guests are to be hosted at the Speaker's Lodge immediately. Thank you. Akaba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. God bless you. Distinguished colleague, my name remains Barrister Innocent Ate.
Remember to keep with time.
That or not.
Remember to keep with time,
And by
please.
special grace of Almighty God, the chief of this house. Mr. Speaker, I promise you I will not spend more than 1 minute. The truth remains that on behalf of that or not people, I will say I've been in this house for over 5 years now. The distinguished governor is not just talk a governor, it's a talk and do. Because looking at this, the money bill we have here, I look at, because sometimes ordinary man at the street will say, when you say 500 billion, this 500, but look at this budget, internal generated revenue, that means it's a governor who has vision and a roadmap. And for the first time, I always say it anywhere I go, that for the first time, I've witnessed 3 governors. A resolution of this house has been adhered to by the governor. That means any document that from him will be done. So I believe, indeed, that or not, we should have looked at there will be end of the term and there will be hope. And hope is assured in Imo State, believing that the governor will have is the governor that will do what he said he will do. And this document will be adhered to. God bless all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pajia, as brief as you can, please.
Your Excellency, the distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, Your Excellency, Deputy Governor, the Speaker of the House, former our Deputy Governors here, let me stand on the already existing protocol. My name is Honorable Engineer Aduru Iyonuka Johnson. I represent the good people of Idato South, the in-laws to the governor. Your Excellency, the Speaker, let me put it that way. You have given us 2 minutes, but let me just take 1 minute to take us back a little bit. It is on record, Your Excellency, that you came on board on the 14th day of January 2020. Your Excellency, you never enjoyed the luxury of transition period. Your Excellency, you came on board, what comforted you was COVID-19. To me, Your Excellency, you are the Nehemiah of our time. Nehemiah was building and was facing challenges. And in Imo State today, or rather in Nigeria today, Imo State recorded the least casualties, the least cases of COVID-19. What other prosperity is better than that? When you talk of prosperity, you talk about health. So, Your Excellency, we want to thank you for that. And, Your Excellency, while going through your achievements, I think you are very modest about them. You just listed about 7, but I know they are more than this. So, Your Excellency, on behalf of the good people of Idato South, I have perused this budget presentation. I'm pretty sure that the same way you have handled the state affairs, in spite of the challenges that confronted you, that as soon as this budget is passed, that you are going to perform what we have here to the letter. So on behalf of the good people of Idato South, I wish to assure you that this budget will be given accelerated passage. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we shall be coming to the end of this for time's sake. Let me give a little chance to the immediate past Speaker of this House, Dr. Chiji Collins. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, His Excellency and His Entourage. You are welcome to Imo House of Assembly. All members and the Imolites, I have worked very, very closely with His Excellency for the past 10 months. And I can properly testify that the man I work with closely is a talk-do governor. I've seen few things he marshaled out here as what he has done. But believe you me, he forgot most of them. He forgot them. maybe for want of time, but most things are done. My leader, the governor, has done much more than these things. The budget is submitted, which is budget of wealth creation and provision, because I know apart from I'm going to create the wealth, I'm going to provide it. Because he's a man I know so much that whatever he says, he do. And whatever he means, he do. So on behalf of my constituency, my name still remains Right Honorable Chief Collins, the immediate past Speaker of Imo House of Assembly. I want to thank you so very much for the wonderful budget proposal presented. And I want to reassure you that this House of Assembly, which I still remember a member, will do everything within our scope to make sure it's passed immediately. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. And distinguished honorable members, I believe we have given enough of this submission. I believe that our minds and our speeches are coming to the impression that His Excellency has done so well, and it is our expectations that he will continue to do well. Please, I want to say, let us stop it here and allow him a little time to attend to other functions. Clerk.
Item number 12, vote of thanks by the Deputy Speaker.
Deputy Speaker.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, Your Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Imo State, Professor Placid Njoko, the State Party Chairman of the greatest party in Africa, Chief Makon Onemibo, the Secretary to the State Government, the Chief of Staff to Imo State Government, all commissioners here present, SAs, SSAs, the traditional institutions here present, religious institutions here, and members of the Fourth Estate. I remain Right Honorable Amarachi China Iwayan, the Deputy Speaker of the Ninth House of Assembly and a member representing Wangele State constituency. Your Excellency, we want to thank you very much, sir, for coming here today. My dear colleague of Osu local government, move the motion to pass the vote of confidence. Your Excellency, the passage of that vote of confidence has been done. We have confidence in you. You have shown us confidence in all the projects you have done so far. You have shown confidence, and you have reposed our confidence in the road reconstruction, youth empowerment, revamping of the total health sector, attracting private sector investment, attracting the presence of federal government in our state, which we have never felt before, reactivation of moribund institutions and industries in our state, and securing the lives and properties of Imo State indigents, plugging loopholes in our civil service, and increasing our IGR. Your Excellency, that confidence we have imposed on you, we believe in you, and we thank you, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, you have come here today to present a budget which we tag the budget of wealth creation, in line with your shared prosperity mantra. Your Excellency, we all know, like you have said here today, that shared prosperity requires shared responsibility. It is the responsibility of the House of Assembly here today to look into this budget and pass it for you. That is our responsibility, and we will do that seamlessly and quickly for the interest of Imo people. Your Excellency, we can all see your efforts, and we applaud you. Not just you, we applaud the wonderful team you have put together, and we acknowledge that you would have our support. Your Excellency, normally we would have said the Speaker, when he was saying in his speech, clarified that the legislative arm is not submerged in the executive like some people think. We are partners in progress, Your Excellency. But today, I want to tell the members of Imo public and the whole people here today that we are now going to be partners in wealth creation coming from the year 2021. Thank you, Your Excellency.
for coming to present this budget. God bless you.
Thank you, the Deputy Speaker. Clerk.
Item number 13. House of Assembly motion number 151. Motion for the Governor of Imo State, His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, and his entourage to leave the hallowed chamber.
Majority Leader.
Right Honorable Speaker, Deputy Speaker, distinguished colleagues, my name is Uche Obuega. I represent the Ikeju State Constituency. Mr. Speaker, here with me is a motion for the Governor of Imo State, His Excellency, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, and his entourage to leave the chambers. On this premise, Mr. Speaker, let it be resolved by this Honorable House that leave be granted for the Governor of Imo State, His Excellency, Senator Hope Uzodimma, and his entourage to leave the chamber. I so move.
Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My name remains Honorable Barrister Anyadi Kionwosu, representing the good people of Ezinite. I second the motion.
Please, all those in support of the prayer that leave be granted for the Governor of Imo State, His Excellency, Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodimma, and his entourage to leave the chamber, please say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The national anthem.
It's been the live broadcast of the Imo State budget presentation by Governor Hope Uzodimma, a budget of wealth creation, which came to you from the Ikemba Ojukwu Center, Owerri, here in Imo State. We want to thank you so very much for staying tuned to Africa's largest television network, the NTA. We shall now join our outside broadcast team in Ibadan for the live coverage of the third Abiola Ajimobi Roundtable and 71st posthumous birthday. We thank you so very much for staying tuned.
I'm even being told that His Excellency, the Governor of Kano State, is an alumnus of the University of Ibadan. So I can say this categorically and stand firm without any fear of any threat of anybody wanting to remove me from this hall. I also would like to acknowledge the presence of Kabiyesi, the Alaafin of Oyo, who is here by proxy. It's being represented by the Samu of Oyo, High Chief Alhaji Lamidi Oyewale, Iba Samu, Oyo Empower. You're welcome. The first. Sitting next to the representative of Kabiyesi is our own mommy, the first female senior advocate of Nigeria, Mommy Chief Folake Sholanke. You are welcome, ma. And next to her is another mommy, a former Minister of Industry, shall I say, a two-time Minister of the Federal Republic, Chipa Yalodi of Ibadan land. You're most welcome, Chief Dr. Mrs. Onikepo Akonde, CON. And next to her is one of our
chiefs in Ibadan, a veteran barrister at law, once a lawyer, always a lawyer. I'd like to acknowledge very presently, or very, very specially, Chief K.O. Olatunji. Daddy, you are welcome, sir. If I come to the other side here, our collaboration in this exercise, don't forget that this particular third annual Abiola Ajimobi Roundtable is being organized by the Institute of Peace and Strategic Studies as well as the foundations. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the director, IPSS, Professor Tajuddin Akonji, University of Ibadan. Now, like I said earlier, we need to quickly kickstart this. You will permit me, if I have not been able to introduce those that ordinarily I should have introduced, but I assure you, we'll do this as we go along. But because of time, we need to quickly kickstart and just go ahead. So may I, on behalf of the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation, with the collaboration of the Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies, UI, I'm indeed most privileged to be here as the master of the ceremony. And as we begin the program right now, I would like to very, very specially, because it is at her instance that we are here, and that's why I kept her till this moment. A faithful, dependable, and supportive wife, a most loving mother, an achiever in her own right, God's masterpiece of nature to her late husband. Amiable, please let me especially acknowledge the presence of the President, Senator Ajimobi Foundation, Dr. Florence Ajimobi. You're welcome. May the Lord continue to uphold you in all situations. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, according to William Shakespeare of blessed memory, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. And Senator Abiola Ajimobi, whom we are celebrating here today, was born great. No wonder he was named at birth Abiola, born into greatness. A man who achieved greatness by his unprecedented achievements in the history of Oyo State. And because of brevity of time, I will not be able to reel out these achievements, but worthy of mention is the restoration of peace and security to the entire Oyo State, which has caused the socio-economic life of the state, especially in the area of hospitality, to receive a boost. If you talk about hotels now springing up, before 2019, there were no shopping malls. This is part of the gains of security that was restored in Oyo State. But by the time he left, he finished his second and final term. Shopping malls and plazas now abound everywhere. Before 2011, there were only 92 hotels in the state. But by 2019, over 900 hotels had been registered and in operation. And owing to this foundation of security and safety that he established, the number of events risen astronomically, about 22 in 2011 and over 100, going to 200 I'm told, by 2019 and still counting, including this University of Ibadan Conference Center. So Senator Abiola Ajimobi had greatness thrust upon him, so much so that while alive, his name rings or rang bells very loud in Nigeria, louder in the Southwest, loudest in Oyo State, and if communication and language arts students who are here will permit me, perhaps loudest in Ibadan. And even after his departure, his name continues to ring bells and will continue to do so by God's grace till the end of time. So it is in continuation of the immortalization of this great achiever that we are here today. May I therefore very humbly request that we all stand for a moment of silence in honor of this technocrat and builder of modern Oyo State. May the good Lord continue to uphold his wife, his children, grandchildren, and the entire Ajimobi dynasty with his power and fortitude to keep the torch of Senator Abiola Ajimobi aglow. Shall we please sit? Right away we continue because we have to move real fast. Welcome addresses. And at this time, I'd like to very specially invite the president of the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation and wife of the late Senator Abiola Ajimobi, Dr. Florence Ajimobi, to bear the cart. Please put your hands together for her as she comes.
Your Excellencies, our Father, Baba Omokekeke, Royal Fathers, my mothers, distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, members of the House of Representatives, members of the State House of Assembly, the chairman of our great party in Oyo State, APC, Baba Akinyoke, members of our party, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press, good afternoon, everybody. If there's anybody I have not recognized, please permit me. Like I said earlier, today is a very special day. Members of the trustee of Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation, on behalf of Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation and the University of Ibadan's Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies, IPS, I heartily welcome you to the third annual Abiola Ajimobi Roundtable, organized under the institutionalized collaboration of SAF and IPSS to the 71st posthumous birthday of my dearest husband and friend, Abiola Adeyemi Akonji, as well as extend the frontiers of knowledge on good governance in view of his experience and service, not only as a corporate boardroom and public sector governance practitioner, but also as the first two-term governor of Oyo State. I recognize the arrival and presence of the Oni of Ife. You're welcome, sir. In view of my husband's experience and service, not only as a corporate boardroom and public sector governance practitioner, but also as the first two-term governor of Oyo State, Kosheleri, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, in his wisdom, had commenced the roundtable as an annual intellectual platform to bring together critical minds with a view to harnessing diverse thoughts towards achieving national developmental goals. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, Kabieses, it is instructive to note that this year's roundtable is the first of the collaboration between IPSS and SAF in commemoration of Senator Abiola Ajimobi's intention to further his peace initiative after the Society for Peace and Strategic Studies and graciously has conferred its fellowship on him in recognition of his impactful peace-building initiative and policy in Oyo State in his unprecedented two-term tenure. Similarly, Senator Abiola Ajimobi in his lifetime had aspired to pursue and earn the University of Ibadan's PhD in the field of sustainable development and peace studies after his gubernatorial stint. He indeed commenced the process of actualizing it by obtaining admission before he took a bow in response to the ultimate call by his creator. May his gentle, vibrant soul continue to rest in perfect peace. Consequently, and in further fulfillment of his aspiration, the foundation decided to enter into a collaboration with the Institute by institutionalizing the annual round table. In furtherance of the collaboration, That's going. Can we confirm, please? Oshun Lagos? No, it doesn't look good. Your Excellency, you are welcome. In furtherance of the collaboration, the Foundation has also made an endowment of a multi-purpose resource, including a 450-seater Abiola Ajimobi Auditorium to the Institute in particular and the University of Ibadan in general. I'd like to gladly report to everyone here that the turning of the sod and the foundation laying ceremony of the facility took place this morning with the Governor of Kano State presiding at that occasion and the Acting Vice Chancellor of Ibadan. Ahead of this roundtable, that event had taken place. On today's historic event, which is in realization of his mandate, I humbly recall that the first roundtable entitled The Imperatives of Building Institutions for Sustainable Legacies, and the second titled Managing the Dynamics of Nigerians' Advancements, the Socio-Economic Perspectives, held on December 16, 2018, December 16, 2019, respectively, took a cursory look at such germane areas of public governance that should impact positively on the socio-economic and political well-being of the citizenry. This year's theme, States and the Burden of National Development in Nigeria, is no exception from, and even further, the intention of the first two in the quest for the socio-economic and political advancement of Nigerians. And it is also taken on a special day, the 16th of December 2020. At this junction, Your Excellencies, Royal Fathers, my mothers, my fathers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is apt to recognize that Chapter 1, Part 1 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, provides for the recognition of the Federal Republic, for the federal government, 36 state governments, federal Abuja, and the 774 local governments with clearly defined geographical and geopolitical locations within the 213 kilometer square land of our dear country. Similarly, Schedule 2, Parts 1 and 2 of the same Constitution, under reference, spells out the legislative list guiding the operational responsibilities of each entity in what is described as exclusive and concurrent. Your Excellencies, Kabieses, distinguished ladies, ladies and gentlemen, from the foregoing, it is relevant to reiterate that by the virtue of the constitutional provisions in Nigeria's federal system, the federal, states, and local governments, even individuals, are expected to play vital roles in the compelling task of national development. However, over the years, and indeed very recently, series of observations, comments, agitations, and demands have shown the need to enhance the levels and phases of development in the country. A number of amendments in the country's laws has been made, yet complaints about inadequacies abound all over the geopolitical zones of the Federation. These have far-reaching implications for the growth and development of the Nigerian state and even its future. Consequently, the 2020 edition of the Senator Abiola Ajimobi titled States and the Burden of National Development in Nigeria provides the platform to discuss the critical role states can and should understandably play in the facilitating national development in Nigeria. The roundtable will be guided by the following questions. What is the role of states in Nigeria's national development agenda? How can the states meaningfully contribute to national development? Are there specific but redeemable encumbrances in the existing structure? And what are the lessons derivable? How innovative can states become in the quest for national development, exploring and exploiting their identifiable and viable comparative advantages? These and others are some of the germane issues that the roundtable will seek to interrogate with specific, probable, practicable, and sustainable processes and solutions proposed in line with the mandate of SAF. While again thanking you for honoring the collaboration with your presence and contribution, I wish you all happy deliberations and divine protections always. May I use this opportunity to also recognize the immediate past Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Otumba Moses Alake Adeyemo, and also the Deputy Governor under the regime of Alhaji Lamadeshino Oladokun. You're almost welcome. Thank you all for listening. God bless you all.
Shall we kindly put our hands together once again for Her Excellency, the President of the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation. A short while ago, we were told that the Deputy Governor of Osun State, who will be representing His Excellency the Governor, would be here any moment. And so, when His Excellency, the Deputy Governor
by the
of Lagos State entered,
Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation, Dr. Florence
with all this Lagbaja we put on our faces,
Senator
makes it very
Abiola
impossible
Ajimobi,
or
the former governor of Oyo State. She mentioned that his lifetime had aspired to pursue and earn the University of Ibadan
the Deputy Governor of Lagos State,
in the field of sustainable development
Hamzat
and his studies
Obafemi
after his
Kadri.
gubernatorial
Obafemi
stint.
Kadri Hamzat. You're most welcome, sir.
He commenced the process of actualizing it by obtaining the institution's admission before he took a bow in response to the ultimate call by his creator. She told the gathering that the foundation had earlier a multi-purpose research facility to the Institute of Peace and Strategic Studies this morning before the commencement of the roundtable, where the turning of the sword and foundation laying ceremony of the facility took place. She mentioned that
we are roughly about 500 here, but we have millions
about institutionalizing the annual round table
online or via the network.
She gave main areas of public governance that should impact positively on the socio-economic and political well-being of the citizenry.
As well as the governor of Ekiti State is already online, is watching us as we are going on. We'd like to confirm if the vice president is also doing the same. We'll do that shortly. Because of time, we'll go straight on to the second welcome address, and I'd like to invite the director of the Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies, University of Ibadan, Tajuddin Akonji, to do this very briefly, and then we'll go to the acting vice chancellor. Please put your hands together for him as he comes.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, watching us, I understand, via virtual. Your Excellencies present here, Your Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, President SAF, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, the acting Vice Chancellor of the foremost university in Nigeria, the University of Ibadan, my lords, spiritual and temporal, members of Senator Abiola Ajimabi Foundation, member of the Roundtable Planning Committee, staffs, students of IPSS and the University of Ibadan. Let me just stand on other protocols already established. It is my great pleasure to welcome all of us to a special occasion marking the 71st posthumous birthday of an icon, the father of modern Oyo State, the man of peace, Senator Isiaka Abiola Akonji Ajimobi. I remember the first time His Excellency was speaking to me on the phone, and he heard my name was Professor Akonji. He said, "Oh, my name is Akonji." So I've been adding Akonji to his name ever since then. The past governor of Oyo State for 8 years, that is 2 terms, and indeed, the first person in Oyo State to occupy that seat for 2 terms in the history of Oyo State. This year's event is quite special in the sense that this event, though the third in the series, it is the first time it's holding in collaboration with the Institute for Peace Studies of the University of Ibadan, where I am privileged to be the director at this time. Earlier today, the foundation stone of a memorable edifice was laid and the sword turned by His Excellency, Dr. Abdullahi Omowale Ganduje. Omowale was just given to him today because he is back home. The executive governor of a proud alumnus of the University of Ibadan. Your Excellency, if not for the COVID-19, we would have been in Kano earlier to put down the foundation in honor of the late Damasanin Dunia, Alhaji Maitama Sule. But we will soon host us. The Society for Peace Studies and Practice will soon be in Kano, sir. Let me use this opportunity to congratulate my own acting Vice Chancellor and the Dean of the Faculty of the Multidisciplinary Studies. That is the faculty overseeing this institute. The staff, students, alumni, and members of the university community for the very significant benefaction which we are enjoying today, courtesy of Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation. The Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies is very pleased that the desires expressed by compatriot Senator Abiola Ajimobi in his several engagements with the Institute and the Society for Peace Studies and Practice, SPSP, leading to his investiture as a fellow of the Society for Peace Studies and Practice, FSPSP, during his lifetime, was actualized by this foundation. I therefore consider all of us lucky today in the sense that here is the day we are witnessing the foundation laying of Senator Abiola Ajimobi facility, and also the third annual Abiola Ajimobi Roundtable to mark his 71st posthumous birthday. I must reiterate that the Institute entered into this collaboration with Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation in order to ensure that the sustenance of the development agenda and legacies of Senator Abiola Ajimobi, indeed, he stood for peace, he stood for development, and these are the ideals that the Institute stands for, hence this collaboration. The reason why late Senator Abiola Ajimobi was given the special recognition by IPSS through SPSP in his lifetime is not far-fetched. It is a fact of history that Senator Abiola Ajimobi was a man of peace. He successfully eliminated or reduced to a very large extent criminality and insecurity in Oyo State, often caused by the incessant bloody clashes among various trade groups in the state. He constructed many roads and he modernized and completely transformed school administration in Oyo State. That school governing board established by him, I was lucky to be an expert member of that committee. And I knew the commitment of His Excellency to this. It's one of the things that the state is very proud of today. In fact, it is safe that with Ajimobi's positive leadership and administrative styles, Oyo State became one of the most peaceful states in Nigeria. Coming this far, for our institute has not been easy. It evolved through taking some hard and excruciating steps by the founding fathers. Especially, I pay tribute to the Foundation Dean of the Faculty of Multidisciplinary Studies of this university, Professor Isaac Albert. This institute was established on 14th of September 2015 at a regular meeting of State Senate to harmonize some existing programs of the university, such as Peace and Conflict Studies, Humanitarian and Refugee Studies, the Masters in Strategic Studies, and Disaster Risk Management. The institute is the largest of its kind in the whole of Africa. In terms of students' enrollment and program engagement, this institute has been living on benefactions and endowments. I have a plan here of a building that was approved by His Excellency, the former governor of Lagos State. And the plan is here, which is yet to be completed. In fact, today had been one of the days which we plan to give him a letter to invite him into the fellowship of the Society for Peace Studies and Practice. We shall hand over that letter soon to his representative. MOA which we have signed today with SAF. We have so many MOUs and MOAs with the institutions and organizations both locally and internationally. We particularly train military and paramilitary officers from Nigeria and abroad in programs leading to the award of MSc and PhD degrees in security studies, strategic studies, and peace studies. 40 very senior military officers are seated in this room today. They are students of IPSS. I recognize their presence. Let me especially appreciate Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation, led by Her Excellency, Dr. Mrs. Florence Ajimobi, for taking steps towards actualizing the continuity of the roundtable instituted by His Excellency, Senator Abiola Ajimobi, during his lifetime, to discuss germane and developmental issues on national affairs in an annual joint event on which an MOA has just been signed. The collaboration will carry out other academic activities in forms of researches and projects. Pray for the repose of the soul of this great compatriot who has contributed immensely towards the development of Oyo State in particular and Nigeria in general. We ask God to grant him Al-Jannah Firdaus and the family and all his loved ones the fortitude to bear the irreparable loss. Amen. We sincerely hope that this gesture will serve as a platform to immortalize these compatriots, print further his name among persons who have contributed immensely to the advancement of knowledge industry in Nigeria. Today's discourse, themed States and the Burden of National Development in Nigeria, is intended to interrogate the structure of Nigeria and the constituent states with a view to understanding the implications of the structure for national development. I sincerely hope that our keynote speaker, Emeritus Professor John Olubunmi Ayoade, will take us through an uncommon of academic engagement. I also look forward to contributions from the discussants and all those who will be joining us via Zoom because they are already there, and the audience towards making discourse a productive academic engagement. Thank you for listening. God bless you all.
Right away, I just invite the Acting Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan, Professor Babatunde Ekonla, to deliver the last welcome address. Please put your hands together.
The chairman of today's occasion, Your Excellencies, Imperial Majesties, Royal Majesties, all my esteemed and mothers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen of the press. On behalf of the Council, management, staff and students of Nigeria's premier university, the University of Ibadan, I am delighted to welcome every one of us to this special occasion of the third annual Senator Abiola Ajimobi table. It is my great delight to welcome us to the core of the intellectual capital of Nigeria. I remember that Senator Abiola Ajimobi loved to refer to the city of Ibadan as the intellectual of Nigeria. And this is because Ibadan is home of the University of Ibadan, which is the premier university, the first and the best university in Nigeria, the first and the best university in West Africa, the 7th best university in Africa, among the first 500 universities in the world. By the grace of God, and with such collaboration as have been established between the University of Ibadan and the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation, we trust that in a very short time, the University of Ibadan will become the best in Africa and one of the first 100 in the world. This year, the roundtable theme is truly relevant and very appropriate. It is States and the Burden of National Development in Nigeria. This occasion is unique as it marks the public formalization of the collaboration of the University of Ibadan through its Institute for Peace and Strategic Studies with the Senator Foundation. I must say that an important objective of this collaboration is to institutionalize the ideals of the immediate past governor of Oyo State, no other person than Senator Abiola Ajimobi, on good governance and sustainable development. As we pray for the repose of the soul of our dearly departed high and respected astute administrator, it is gratifying to note that in the 72-year history of our university, the benefaction from the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation in honor of the memory of the most distinguished personality of Senator Ajimobi is unique. It presents a rare combination of infrastructure and academic contents designed to enhance good governance and development in Nigeria. I must say that this focus encompasses the most fundamental challenges confronting our dear country today. This kind gesture is indeed worthy of celebration and appreciation. And on behalf of the University of Ibadan, I say a very big thank you to the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation, ably led by the matriarch of the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Dean, Chief Mrs. Florence Ajimobi. We thank you so very much, ma'am. It must be noted that the missions of both the University of Ibadan and the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation, which constitutes the basis of their collaboration, typify the much desired synergy of public-private organizations at the meeting of the town and the gown. Your Excellencies, His Royal Majesties, my esteemed fathers and mothers, this is the time for all stakeholders in the Nigerian project to explore, exploit, and consolidate genuine visions, missions, intentions, relationships, collaborations toward the greater development of our immediate and extended environments. The Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation has taken a unique leadership role in this regard by the initiative of the endowment of the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Resource Facility in the University of Ibadan. As has been noted earlier, the breaking of the sword ceremony took place today. I assure the foundation, on behalf of the University of Ibadan, that upon completion, the university will put the facility to optimal use in interrogating the governance and sustainable development in Nigeria in ways that will positively transform the governance and development trajectory of our dear country, Nigeria. As the University of Ibadan appreciates the sterling initiatives of the progenitor of Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation, we look forward to a continued collaboration with the foundation in ways that will not only positively impact our country, but also encourage other organizations to establish similar collaborative relationships with the University of Ibadan to address other issues of national concern. The focus of today's roundtable is the ideal role and responsibility of states in our national development. This is expected to present a compelling interrogation of the role of the relevant stakeholders for the nation's survival. I'm sure that there will be takeaways from this exercise that will advise us all on how to effectively address our national challenges relating to governance and development. I salute the courage of our dear Senator Abiola Ajimobi and his exemplary quest for a formidable state through the consistent pursuit of peace and good governance. The University of Ibadan family immensely for sustaining his legacy, not only by this generous and impactful infrastructure donation to our university, but also its desire to further contribute to the realization of Senator Abiola Ajimobi's ennobling vision. It is on record that Senator Abiola Ajimobi in many ways proved that he had a keen and unwavering interest and commitment to the University of Ibadan, and that we are here today in very loud and very clear terms that his family shares this interest and commitment. On this note, I hereby again express the deepest appreciation of the University of Ibadan to the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Foundation for facilitating today's event and the exemplary donation of the Senator Abiola Ajimobi Resource Facility. On this note, I wish us all a fruitful engagement at the round table. May the good Lord continue to bless the Senator Abiola Ajimobi family and foundation. May the good Lord continue to bless every one of us. May the blessing of the Almighty God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, continue to be upon the University of Ibadan, the Oyo State, and our beloved country, Nigeria. I thank you all for your kind attention.
Acting Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan, Professor